Hello guys, it's D to the B, and this message is going to show up in my videos from now on. Please check if you are subscribed, because YouTube has been automatically unsubscribing people from certain channels, which this has even happened to me. My friend Alex and I were talking like 2 months ago, and he said that he was automatically unsubscribed by YouTube without him even knowing. So if you're a supporter, please check if you're still subscribed. You never know what could happen. And if you're not, and you like today's video, please subscribe and enjoy the video. Hello guys, it's D to the B here, and today we're going to get into episode 4 and 5 of The Mandalorian. I was going to try to get this in after I was done watching episode 5, but I've been so busy lately, so I haven't had a lot of time to make videos. Just wanted to get that out there. Now, let's get on with the reviews. So let's get into episode 4. It continues where the last episode left off, where Mando is looking for Ahsoka Tano to take the child to the Order of the Jedi. But he needs to make a quick stop on the planet from the final act of The Mandalorian Season 1, because his ship is extremely damaged, or he can't even go into light speed. And this is one thing I'm going to point out. What was Mando thinking? Like, he just has the child try to repair the ship, which fails, of course, because he's a baby, and babies don't know how to work this technical stuff. So they head for the planet, as I mentioned earlier, and he meets up with Cara Dune and Greef Karga. And while we're on this planet, Greef Karga has his two best men repair the Razor Crest, and we also get to find out that they have turned the whole bounty hunting guild into a peaceful alley, and they even turned the area where they were countered by Moff Gideon into a school, which, of course, Mando leaves the child at the school, and Greef and Cara want Mando to help them destroy an Imperial base, which turns out to be where the stormtroopers came from that Moff Gideon called, which Mando disagrees at first to going with them, but at the end decides to go with them because this is how the Mandalorian works. Which, one thing I'm going to mention is this episode was The only thing that I did not like from this episode was the dialogue. The dialogue kind of sucked in my opinion. But let's get back on the topic. Later we get to see the blue alien from episode 1 again. And he has been unfrozen from carbonite, which turns out that he was a librarian or something like that. And he's serving Greef to pay his debt, so he doesn't get to go back in carbonite. After they chat about their plan, they head to the base where the door is locked, where Mando then flies, takes down some stormtroopers, and opens the elevator. We discover the base is occupied. It's not abandoned. And throughout this base, we get to see that they built the base on a volcano. Why? I can only imagine the stormtroopers going like, wait, why does Moff Gideon want us to build a base here? Because it's cool. Continuing on, while they're exploring, they also discover chambers, which obviously these are cloning chambers. And we are guessing that this is Snoke. And we even got a Snoke vibe from when they pointed at the tubes. Even if this is Snoke or not, or if it is, it doesn't matter. The base blows up anyway. because later they destroy the base by deactivating the cooling system, and it destroys everything. But before that, we see a message between the doctor who was experimenting on Baby Yoda talking to Moff Gideon, which Mando's like, that's impossible, Moff is dead, it must be an old recording. But the blue guy's like, no, this was a couple days ago. So they escape, and some scout troopers come chasing after them. But then they're eventually all destroyed. Then comes in the TIE Fighters, because we gotta shove everything OT into the Mandalorian, which doesn't bug me, to be honest. Which Mando then comes and saves the day and blows up the TIE Fighters. And then Mando leaves. Then we get to find out that one of the repair guys put a tracking device in the Razor Crest. And then we get to see Moff Gideon. And we obviously know now that Moff is going to go after the Mandalorian and has Dark Troopers. Now let's get into episode 5. So the episode begins where Ahsoka is attacking these soldiers from this planet, which she has come to get certain information, which we all know it's about Thrawn because of Rebels, and she says that you have one day to make their decision. Then she goes into the shadows, and then the Razor Crest comes in later, and we get to find out that these people are very quiet and very scared for their lives. Which then Mando meets up with the Empress of the area and is offered a Beskar steel spear, and then he goes after Ahsoka. Or should I say, Mando is gonna go looking for Ahsoka because he needed her anyway, and then in the middle of him searching for her, he gets ambushed by her. How convenient. And then we get to find out, because of Ahsoka, Baby Yoda's name. And its name is, drumroll, Grogu. Now, there have been some people debating if Grogu is a good name. Some people like it, some people don't mind it. I personally don't mind it, but that's just my opinion. And then Ahsoka and Mando try trading Grogu, but absolutely fails, and then she denies training Baby Yoda because he has a strong connection with him, which would give in to his fear because she has seen this before with the carnation of Anakin Skywalker, which I like this moment. It's a callback to episode 3 and the Clone Wars and Rebels. Oh, before I forget, I forgot to mention that apparently Grogu was on the Jedi Temple of Coruscant, but then was taken. Yeah, that's all I wanted to add in. Now back to the story. So then Ahsoka and Mando team up together to take down the city, or at least the Empress, at least. So Ahsoka takes a bit of Mando's armor to play the illusion that she killed Mando. And while she's facing the Empress, Mando is freeing the prisoners, and at the end, Ahsoka asks, "Where is Admiral Thrawn?" Which then we transition to the area being freed from the tyranny of the Empire, of sorts, I guess. And then one of the citizens just immediately becomes emperor by the next day. Like, doesn't this usually take a process to make someone your ruler? Like in any country, Australia, China, England, the United States of America, we have voting. Well, at least the USA does. And I think Australia as well. It's kind of a part of America, but it's also not. It's in between. Give me a break. Then Ahsoka tells Mando to go to a certain planet with a Jedi temple so he can put Baby Yoda on the challenge of him staying with Mando or going off and finding a Jedi, if there are any left, because there are no more Jedi. And that's the end. Between these two episodes, I'd just say 5 was my favorite. Maybe it was because it was a good episode and had Ahsoka Tano in it. Not saying that I hate episode 4, it just feels like in certain areas the episode kind of flops for me, like the dialogue. For episode 4, I had to say maybe 7 out of 10, and episode 5, 9 out of 10. And that's it for my review. What did you think of these episodes? Tell me in the comments if you want to share your opinion. This is D to the B, signing off.